Please hear me. Anytime you see anybody talking so confidently, he has a word. Don't bother finding out what did God tell him. But for him to come out or she to come out with such confidence, he said, what is this confidence in which thou trusted? If you see a man coming out with such confidence, as we see our father, Bishop David Oyedepo, coming out with such confidence, he has many prophetic words in his pocket. You can't come out with such confidence if you have not heard from God, because you'll be turned back by the enemy. But when you have a prophetic word from God, prophetic, haven't you and I heard him say, I am not surprised we are where we are. I would have been surprised if we didn't get here. Those statements cannot be copied. They must have been directly from God through his word. You know, how do you know the word is for you? There are words you read that catches fire in your bones. Then you know this is for me. Oh, this is for me. This is for me. Every prophetic word imparts confidence in God. You don't need laying on of hands to be confident in God. When you have heard from the Ancient of Days, who was there before, who is there now, and who will be there after all, there is a degree of confidence. Not self-confidence, but confidence in God. Hebrews chapter 10 and verse 35. Please place that on the screen if you can have it. Cast not, therefore, away your confidence. Now we can read it this way. Cast not away, therefore, your word. Because your word is your confidence. Which had great recompense of reward. Now look at the next verse. For ye have need of patience, that after you have done the will is the word. After you have done the word, then you might receive the promise. So you can read verse 35 by saying, cast not therefore away your word. What word do you have from the Lord? What has he shown you from this book that you know in your knower is you? There are things you read, you know it is you. It may not carry Isaac, but you see Isaac inside it. Cast therefore not away your confidence. When you have a prophetic word, confidence sweeps on you in a way you cannot explain. You go back and you say, is that really me that said that? Because when you have a word from God, you become like a drunkard. Didn't you hear Bishop Oyedepo say today? And if you didn't hear, you need to listen to it. He said people thought he was mad. How do you come up with 7 prophetic lines? He didn't come up with it. God said it. And he said, I see wings, not wing. Aircraft, not witchcraft. I see it in the air, flying. I see a tent. According to him, God actually said a tabernacle or a house, but he couldn't fathom it, so he said a tent that will seat 50,000 people. And at that time, there was no church gathering with that number. They must have finally said, this man is mad. And you know, when you have a word from God, look at Peter, look at Paul in scriptures. They told them, these ones are mad. Forget them. Until you become mad with your word, you cannot be made. Until you become mad with your own word, you cannot be made. The word that cannot drive you cannot make